All right, what's going on, everyone? This is a little special I just thought we would put together real quick. I know a lot of you guys have been looking for maps for the King of the Hammers T1 race, the trophy truck race. They're calling it the T1 race, trophy trucks race score. Anyways, they just released the KML files and a couple other files out there. There is no printed paper map that is specific for the trophy truck race, so I thought we'd go ahead and do a little course preview for you guys here. So if you guys have any questions during this preview, please go ahead and ask them, and I will try to answer them. It's just me, Fish, here. Cameron is out at the race. He's been pre-running the last few days. So I have talked to a few people out there, and I have a little bit of information about the course. So hopefully we can fill you guys in with a little bit of information. So anyways, we'll just start with the overall look at the course. This is the overall look at the trophy truck course. So it consists of two loops. We'll come down here and start at the main pit area. So when you're coming in on the 247, you turn off at this dirt road right here, and then you follow this. It's a Boone Road. You follow this all the way into King of the Hammers, the main pit area there, Hammertown. So this is actually pretty cool on Google Maps. There's some photos that people had placed here before. So you can see this is the Means Dry Lake Bed, and this is where Hammertown is located. It looks much different than this right now because there's about a bazillion trailers there. There's a picture of King of the Hammers a few years ago, probably. So, but yeah, anyways, it's right off of, you can see there's Tech a few years ago. So this is the whole start-finish area. So if you're coming out to spectate, you want to come hang out here. You definitely want to check out all the pits. There's lots of cool stuff. Contingency is over here in the dirt. All the vendors are over here. So come on in. I think it's $20 per car, I believe, maybe per person. You get a wristband, and then you get to go into the vendor area and that whole area. So it's definitely worth it. And go ahead and check it out. So, anyways, the race is going to start here on Thursday morning. Actually, qualifying is going to start here first. So they're doing qualifying on the same day, like we already know. So anyways, let's load the qualifying map. I have both. So we're going to turn off the main map for a second here, and we're going to load just the qualifying. We're going to turn off the mileage here. Now, this is a 20-mile lap. So at 8 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, they're going to go out on this lap. So they're going to do one at a time. They're going to start 2 minutes apart. So really, 2 minutes apart on 20 miles, it shouldn't be a dust issue. They shouldn't be catching anyone. So anyways, it's going to go out. It's going to go up, head up here, up through this wash. If you've been watching the last few days, I think a lot of this course is the same as what they've been doing the last few days for qualifying. So it's going to head up, go around the mountains. This is all really fast. Stays in the flat. Then it comes to wide open. I mean, this is just wide open through the desert here, all the way up here. Crosses dry lake bed, through some washes. You can see there's just trails and tracks all over the place. So qualifying is going to be very fast. A couple 90-degree turns there. Then it comes over here, goes through a little bit of a mountain section. But as you can see on Google Earth, when we zoom in here, there's not too much. Just a lot of just sand, dirt trails. No real rock sections in the qualifying that I saw. Then it's going to come back towards town and wrap up the qualifying course. Goes through the mountain a little bit right here. If you zoom in, we can see, but it stays pretty much on the bottom of the mountain. So that's not too bad. There's not really going to be much of a rock crawl or anything for the qualifying loop, at least. And then it comes back around, goes back here on the side of the mountain, and back to Hammertown. So 20-mile loop. It's probably going to be less than 20 minutes. I would assume they're going to average over 60 on this loop just from looking at it on Google Earth. It's kind of hard to tell, but I believe it's going to be pretty fast. So anyways, that's the qualifying loop. So let's go and let's turn the main loop back on. We'll turn these off. We don't need road crossings and stuff. All right. So now we're back at the main loop. So the way the main loop's going to work, they're going to go out on a 90-mile course. There's two loops here. As you can see, there's on the right side, this is a 40-mile loop, and then up on the left side, this is a big 90-mile loop. So they're going to head out at Hammertown. They're going to get out of town, go up, and be coming along here. We can turn the mileage on real quick just so we know which way it's going to go. All right, so it's going up that way. So as you can see, They come up, they go across this dry lake bed right here in the middle, across the lake bed, all really fast. This loop is really fast, so that the 90 loop looks like it's pretty fast for the most part. But then it does get into tight technical section. Now, those of you that are familiar with the MDR races, it does go by the rock pile. This is the rock pile here is where that bad accident was a few years ago. It does not go the same direction that accident was going. It does not go across the jump. The jump is right here in the middle. This is where the crash was at this rock pile right here. So it doesn't go behind there. It goes or it goes behind there, behind the mountain. So it's going to come up, go across behind the rock pile. So if you are spectating, you can take Bessemer Mine Road, which is this access road right here. You could take Bessemer Mine Road out, and there's a lot of spots you can see right here. It comes both directions right here. So honestly, if I was going out spectating, I'd probably go somewhere around here, and then just make sure you stay off the course. It is open OHV, so you can go wherever you want, really. Just don't be on the course and don't be dumb. I'd go out here because you can see that you can see over here when they come through the rocks. I mean, if you want to watch them come through tight technical rocks, this is the same spot the MDR course used to come through. Or you can watch them through the faster stuff. So then it goes out up top here and it goes north first. So it's going to stay north and on the east side. And then it's going to head up. I believe maybe one of you knows for sure. I think this might be the wall area over here, but I could be wrong. I was trying to figure out where it was. If you guys remember when MDR used to race at the wall, and it was like a cool little jump that everybody would catch air off, and there'd be like a jump contest basically at the wall. Maybe someone watching will know if this is the wall or not, because it's been a long time since I raced MDR, and we didn't really have Google Maps back then. So looking at this, it all looks a little different. But I think this might be the wall right here. Anyways, so then it goes up. It goes through some mountains. So it does have some tight, technical stuff. As you can see, if we zoom in here, it does go over the mountain pass, drops down, comes over here, then it heads up. Once again, this is a pretty fast course. It's going to be pretty fun to see the trucks on this. So then it goes all the way up. It's another access road right here. I forget what this one's called. This one is just a transmission line road. Okay, so the power line road goes underneath the power lines. Keeps going up, goes over a couple mountain passes. Then it comes up to the top here. Now this is kind of cool. Look right here. So this is something that Dave did. So this is an either or. You can take either line right here. And, oh, there we go. Christian Serapis is there. Maybe, did you pre-run this, Christian? Which either or are you taking here? Or do you not want to say yet? So you can take either line. They both look about the same distance. The one on the left looks like it might be a little longer because it goes out. But I would assume that might be a little bit harder line. This one, or on the right here, this one looks like it drops in a canyon a little bit. So that might be a little bit slower line, even though it cuts off this corner. So if you don't want to take the slower line, you can go out here. But this is where some strategy is going to come into play, because if the guy's right in front of you, you're going to go whichever one he doesn't go on, probably. If there's two guys in front of you and one takes each, you're going to go on whichever one you think is faster. So this will be kind of fun. That would be kind of a cool spot to watch if you come out here, maybe on the left or something. I don't know if you can see both these lines, but it'd be kind of cool. So anyways, that's an either or at mile 27 on the first lap. And then it gets up. This is the very top of the course up here. It comes all the way up here. This is an access road here on the left. I forget which one that one is. It's off Camp Rock Road area. So it gets up top there, and then it starts heading back down. You can see the terrain here. It's pretty much just open desert. There's a lot of sand. Not a lot of. This is the dry lake, Anderson Dry Lake bed. So this is where the main pit used to be in the old days for the old MDR races off of Anderson Dry Lake bed here. You can see some pictures. Pretty much flat out there. So it cuts across Anderson, then it comes back, cuts out here, does this little loop. Now, there is going to be VCPs on this course also. So for all of you thinking, oh, maybe we'll just go from, race mile 57 right across here to race mile 60. I wouldn't suggest doing that, because I guarantee you there's going to be a VCP right here in this corner by race mile 59. So the other cool thing that they're doing, are kind of cool, they're not releasing the VCPs until the morning of the race. So everyone has this file that you're seeing right here. You can go out and pre-run all you want, but you don't know where the VCPs are. So if you think you found a cool line to cut this corner off right here, you might not be able to take that line on race day. So you better pay attention to the VCPs. So no one's going to know where those are until the morning of the race, and there's not going to be any pre-running the morning of the race. So kind of something different from, our traditional desert racer, races. A lot of Score releases the file ahead of time with VCPs on it, so everybody knows where they are. But they didn't want people to know where the VCPs were this time, so it kind of adds in another element of surprise to everybody. So that'll be kind of cool. We'll see how that works out. Then it comes back over to Bessemer Mine Road to the rock pile area. And this is a pit here also. So this is remote pit 1. So this is where there's probably going to be some fuel strategy going on at this race. And, this is, I think you're going to see some people pitting here rather than at main pit, just because of the mileage that this is going to be at, especially on the second lap. I think we might see some pits here at remote pit 1. So there might be some pitting action going on there. So Christian Serapa says that's how it should be. I hate how the other series give us the VCPs. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. It keeps it fair as long as nobody knows where they are. And it really makes you, not need to pre-run so many times, but you got to pay attention on race day if you did find a line. I mean, even right here, look, like between mile 76 and 77, it has you coming all the way down here and then cutting over. But you could just go straight across this corner, but there's probably going to be a VCP right there. So penalty for missing a VCP, I believe, is 5 minutes. So you definitely don't want to miss a VCP or you're not going to win this race, because I guarantee you it's going to come down to less than 5 minutes. So then they come back into town, come back in here. You can kind of see this is a little bit of a sand dune right here. So there's a picture of someone else that was on it. They go over a little bit of dunes. They stay around the mountains, cut through the mountain, and then they come back to Hammertown. Now, when they come into Hammertown in the end of the first lap, they're going to go back out and take this cutoff right here to the right. And that's going to be mile 95. So one lap is 90 miles, and then you got a couple miles through Hammertown here. So then they're going to take off onto the shorter 40-mile loop out here to the right. So then they're going east. This is towards the rock climbs. So you see all these numbers here? These are numbers for the other races. This is where some of the big rock crawling sections are in the 4400 race and the Everyman Challenge and those other races. They are not going through there. You can see they cut through the middle. So they kind of stay in the more desert stuff. They take this wash down through the middle here. Then they cut over here and cut through this wash and come this way. Now, when they're coming through here, we have a cool little video I'll show you. I think this is where it is. Maybe Christian can tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I believe it's somewhere between mile 126 and 130 in this section right here. This video was sent to us by Lewis Chamberlain a couple days ago. This is one of the gnarlier narrow sections. So check out this video of where they're going to be coming through. All right, so as you guys saw, there's that little bit of, there is a little rock crawling action. They are coming down that little rock waterfall, so it won't be too difficult. I mean, all these trophy trucks nowadays are running 39 and 40-inch tires, so them coming down that little thing won't be too bad. But they do go through that narrow canyon through here, so if somebody does have an issue and gets stuck in the middle there, that could be a bit of a problem trying to get around them. So that's, I believe it's in this section here. I don't, maybe Christian, I believe that's this section here, somewhere in these rocks. Then it's going to come up back onto dry lake bed again, get super fast all the way around. This is all fast all the way back. You can see it's just wide open. Then they turn, they come back into Hammertown again. So that's the end of a 40-mile loop. So they did a 90 and a 40. Then they're going to go do the 90 again, and then they're going to do the 40 again. So it is 90, 40, 90, 40. So 2 laps on each course, and they alternate 90, 40, 90, 40. So that's how it's going to be. Then, let's see, Christian just said mile 128. Yeah, so that's what I thought. Somewhere right in here. There it is, right there. So mile 128 is where you just saw that video. It's through that, here's a picture in there too. So there is some, you can see there is some rocks out on this course. It's not all just wide open, soft sand. There is some rocks and stuff on the course. So that's going to be exciting. Let's see. Christian said there was a huge 500-pound boulder in the middle of it today, making it impassable. Myself, Jason Montez, and Blake Wilkie tried moving it for 20 minutes. So this, if you're if you're going to get out there ahead of time and you guys are got a rock crawler or you guys want to go check out a section, I don't know how easy it is to get over here, but this area over here might be kind of fun to watch in there. If you're camping out there and you want to go out there the night before or something, I don't know, I would maybe make my way over there. There's going to be some good action there. Hopefully they have a camera over there because that'll be fun to see. Yeah, I believe that remote pit 1 is the only pit because they do hit it a couple times. So it's going to be the only pit. You can pit at main pit right in Hammertown, or you can pit out at remote pit 1. We did have a couple images here of this was Cameron Steele, just photos. So you can see that's that rock waterfall looking down it. He's standing on top of it looking down it. This is probably the rock right here that Christian was talking about. I bet you it's that big one right there on the right here. Is that the rock, Christian, you were talking about? That looks like about a 500-pound rock. So there's that one, and then let's see some other pictures that he had. So we had this one. So we got a danger sign. We got a couple other ones here. There is some faster stuff. You can see you're up on ridges, then you drop down some narrow trails. Yeah, I don't know what the average speed is going to be. Maybe, Christian, what do you think the average speed is going to be this race? Initially, I was thinking it was going to be really fast because when I used to race out here in the MDR days, we would average, in the 50s, and that was in 1450 trucks. So I would have thought these guys would be well over 60, but after seeing some of this course, that might bring it back down. But I'm going to stick with over 60 still. So I would guess 60 to 60 mile an hour average maybe. I could be totally wrong. I don't know. I haven't seen the course personally. But here's another picture. You can see there's some big rocks. So when they come, hauling butter on some of these corners, there is some stuff. Let's see. Someone says, what happened when the race course crosses? Well, it doesn't actually like over here. I think that they have it spaced out enough where you're not going to be, and there is going to be people there, but I don't think there's going to be an issue because if we turn on the course marshals, see the course marshal right there? There's going to be a course marshal right there. And by the time you get back there with only, 30 some cars racing, I don't think it's really going to be an issue of it crossing a lot. So, yeah, I think that won't be an issue there, Jake. So the best thing to do for the course, if you're going out there, there's this new company, or I don't know if they're new, I just learned about them, is, Christian just said it's a stop check. So there you go. So where the course crosses, it's a stop check. They are doing stop checkpoints. So you will come to a full stop, and they will mark off the little thing on your window, I believe, just like they do for the other races. So that'll be pretty cool. So that answers that question. There is checkpoints. Let's see. So the options for map. I know a lot of people have been asking. There is no printed map. This KML file is available, and it works good if you're at home and you have internet and you can look at it on your computer and research. However, when you get out there, there's no service. You're not going to have service on most of this course. So the best thing to do is go to the Carto Tracks. It's CARTO Tracks, TRACKS.com. Go there, sign up for an account, and then download the app that's called Avenza Maps. It's AVENZA Maps. Download that on your iPhone or on your Android. That is how you load the map onto your phone. So you go to Carto Tracks, and they have available for purchase all of the maps for the races this week. They have the 4400 race on Friday specific map. They have the trophy truck race specific map, and they have the Everyman Challenge map. So they have all of those. So if you're going to go out there and you want to know where to go on the course and you're going to have your phone with you, go to cartotracks.com, download the map, you buy the maps, and then download the Avenza Maps app, and you can load them in there. So that's the best way to do it if you're going out there. If you do want the USR file, if you have a GPS, those are posted now. They are on Race Desert. So if you go to Race Desert, you can find them. Go in the forum section, and you'll see the thread about it, and there's a link to it there. I'll also be posting the link on this video so that you can see where to get them there if you want those. And let's see, what else is it? The Carto Tracks also has a map of Hammertown, which is actually pretty handy because when you get there, the thing is just you don't know who's what or what's where. So if you download their map that's free of Hammertown, then you can kind of find your way around Hammertown. It'll tell you who's where, and they have marked spaces. So if someone says, "Oh, I'm at D2 or pit area or 2, 3, whatever, you can kind of look on the map and know exactly where they're talking about. So that's the best thing to do is get Cardo Tracks, then download Avenza Maps and go from there. So you guys have any other questions about the event? Let me know. I am going to be out there tomorrow morning by about 9 or 10 o'clock. The cell service out there is basically non-existent. It's all going to come down to Wi-Fi, and that's going to be hit or miss, especially once so many people start getting on the system. So I will try to have as much information and updates for you guys as I can. I'm going to try to get some interviews tomorrow, hopefully with a lot of the drivers. Tech is tomorrow, I think between 12 and 2. So they will, I'll try to see what I can get. Yeah, I know there's good Wi-Fi there. It just depends on how much I can upload with video, because if I'm doing videos and trying to upload videos, that takes a lot on the Wi-Fi. So we'll have to see what we can get away with. During the race on Thursday, the best thing to do is watch the King of the Hammers site. Go on Facebook or go on their YouTube, and you can watch live. They have cameras all over the course. They have commentary the whole time. It's Scott Rain and other people that know what they're talking about. Great commentary. I will share that link on my page. I will not be going live during the race. I will be helping them with that stuff. And there's no reason for me to go live because they have way better stuff than what I would have, honestly. So I'm just going to go out there and help them with that. But I will post some updates. If I get updates during the race with from different teams, I will definitely still post all that stuff. So definitely keep checking out the Fishgistics page. But during the race itself, if it was me, I would be watching that live feed. The qualifying starts at 8 a.m. on Thursday. Then it's going to be over, and the race is going to start at 10. So really, if you are an early qualifier, you get a little bit of extra time to work on your car in between. So people like Andy and Rob who are going, in the front, as soon as they're done, they get to work on their car until 10 o'clock, where if you're Jesse James who's coming out and, starting qualifying in the back, he might only have an hour or less to work on his car before the start of the race. So that's why you want to be high ranked on the Fishgistics list, because you get a little advantage there, I guess. So you guys have any other times? Let's see, how is start order determined? Yeah, start order is determined off the Fishgistics list for qualifying. Qualifying will start in order off the rankings on that list, and then the start order for the race will go off of the qualifying results. And qualifying results will be live on the feed, so we don't have to wait a couple hours and try to have everybody asking, hey, do you know whose time was this or that, like some other races. So it will be instant results. They'll know right away who is where in qualifying. So it should be a really fun race. Hopefully we can get you guys some cool content. Hopefully tomorrow I can get those interviews to you guys. I'm going back to a hotel in town tomorrow night just so that I know I have good Wi-Fi and internet in town. So for sure, if you don't see much during the day tomorrow, check the site to my page tomorrow night, and I'll be uploading all the stuff from during the day that I couldn't do when we were out there. All right, so is that it? If you guys don't have any other questions, Jeff Lothringer says, is the course open for spectating? So here's the official answer. The official answer is, it is an open OHV area. Do not be on the course. Don't be dumb. There's your answer, okay? Wink, wink. There's not going to be anybody out there patrolling 160 miles of the desert. It is an open area. It's not closed. So let's be smart. If you guys are going out there, don't get on the course. Download the Cardo Tracks. Get it on your phone. Download this USR file, GPX file. Get it on your GPS. Make sure you know where the course is and stay off the course. Please do not go on the outside of a turn and spectate like everyone we see it at all these races. Be smart and don't be the one that causes this to get shut down. That's all I can say. All right, guys? So we'll see you guys out there. Let's see, any real late entries we should know about. Well, technically, Robbie Gordon was not on the entry list yet. However, I don't think that Robbie is going to let this race go by without him racing in it. He is out there, and he races UTV. He raced the UTV yesterday, or on Monday or Sunday, whatever day it was. So I believe Robbie Gordon will be your late entry. If he doesn't race, I will be shocked if he doesn't race. But yes, Robbie Gordon will be a late entry. I don't know if I've heard about anyone else. I think everyone else was on the main entry list there. So there are off-limit areas on the base. Yeah. If you're going by the base, which is on the east side there, just mind the fences and things like that. Don't, like I said, don't be dumb. Don't be the one that causes this to get shut down, because your name will be on the internet and there'll be a lot of people very mad at you. There's a couple 100,000 people that go out to this event, so just don't be dumb. Let's see, Christian says Cole Potts is going to be a late entry. There you go. All right, Cole Potts was not on the initial list, and he is going to be there. So there you go. So Cole Potts will be a late entry. He'll actually be one to watch too, because he's pretty fast. He almost just won Parker. I think he finished right in front of you, huh, Christian? Just barely on time. So this is going to be a good race. It'll be lots of fun. Any other questions before we sign off? I'll post the link in the links in this video. I'll comment with the links to the CartoTrack site. Get the Avenza Maps app, and then I will post the link to all the downloads for the for all the files, the KML files, USR files, all your GPS files. All right, guys, be safe. If you guys are out there, I do have some hats. How about we do this? The first 5 people that come up to me and say the word bacon will get a free Fishgistics hat. They're not even for sale. I just got them in. So if you're one of the first 5 people that finds me out there, come up to me and say bacon, and I'll give you a hat. All right? So there you go. We'll see you guys out there tomorrow.